Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Phasmaphobia. So, I've been watching quite a few high profile YouTubers play this game. It is an amazing game, but what is frustrating is about how many so high level YouTubers still don't really understand the game. So, I just thought I'd throw together this quick guide for those who are looking to start out in Phasmophobia and want to know what to do. So, quickly, I'm just going to go over here. This is obviously your map. Now, this is for sound sensors, which I'll explain later on. This is activity. When you see spikes in this, that means the ghost is active inside the building. And this is your sanity. So your sanity gets drained when you're in the dark, or the phantom. If the phantom shows itself to you, your sanity will drain faster. And I think it's the Yuri that drains your sanity faster. We're on professional, so this will rapidly go down. Um, but yeah, we'll get more into that later on when we're in a game. So this is the clock. It's on zero because this is a professional high school, should I say? On intermediate, that will be at 2 minutes, and on amateur, that will be at 5 minutes. And basically, that is a window where the ghost can't enter hunt mode and attack and kill you. I will explain more about the hunt mode and show you a hunt later on. So this is obviously the screen for your cameras. You can set video cameras up. Again, I'll go more into the depth of that later. But what's useful in the big ones, such as the high school or the asylum, is you can actually use the cameras that are already set up in the building. If you're struggling to find the ghost, you might get lucky and see a ghost orb or an open door somewhere. Um, but yeah, so you just keep flicking through. We actually found a ghost because we were struggling to find it, and we've seen it on the camera, so that's useful. That's a head-mounted camera. It basically is a video camera you strap to your head, and if someone stays in the van, they can see what you're seeing. Alright, so let's quickly just get into the items. This is sanity pills. Again, when your sanity goes lower, the ghost's more likely to target you. Um, and these sanity pills get you up by about 30-40%. It's roughly between there, but obviously your sanity keeps isn't always at a flat rate at 100. That will sometimes go down to 99, 98, and then back up regardless. Right, so this is your temperature. You right click, so you pick stuff up and right click to use them. This turns it on. This is good for sweeping. You go through the rooms. If you see a temperature drop, usually temperature under 10 is a good indication that there's a ghost nearby. Um, but yeah, so that is basically exactly what that does. Glow stick, just pretty much a light source, I think. I'm not actually too sure if it has any other use because I've never used them myself. Spirit box. I use these when you actually find the ghost room because they're not really reliable for sweeping. But basically, you right click to turn it on. You can ask the ghost some questions. Where are you? How old are you? There's actually a big list of questions, but usually how old are you seems to get the response. If I'm struggling, I will just ask it how old it is, and it usually answers to that. Now, not always, it's not concrete, but it's usually a good question to ask, in my personal opinion. Still camera, pick up, right click, take a photo. You get extra money at the end of an investigation if you get pictures of the evidence. You can find bones or voodoo dolls on the floor or around the place. You get money for picking them up, but if you take a picture for them first, you get extra money. So just make sure if you see a bone, remember where it is. Take a picture of it before picking it up, and that'll get you even more money. This is parabolic bike. a parabolic mic. Sorry. Now this is I like to use this to sweep. Now you see it just went over 1.5 there. Basically, if you point it in a direction, it'll start spiking. So usually 8 or above, I find you're pretty close to the ghost's activity, which is a good indicator of the area that it's in. Some ghosts do roam, but it's a good shout to pinpoint where the ghost is at that current time. AMF, you right click, the green light's on. If there is ghost activity and you use the AMF over it, it'll get stronger, and those other 4 lights will light up. AMF 5 is what you need for your evidence, but every other ghost apart from the ones that need AMF 5 are capped at 4 as well, so you might still get a hit. That's a good indicator of knowing where the ghost is. Crucifix. Once you find the ghost's home room, because even though the ghosts do like to roam from their positions, especially now, I feel like there's been an update that I haven't read about, and the ghosts seem to roam a lot more than they did. But if you stick a crucifix in the home room, it's puts down like a 3 meter, I want to say radius, but it might be diameter. bubble around the crucifix, and if the spawn point of the demon or the ghost is in that area, it won't be able to hunt until the crucifix is gone. So it'll stop the hunt twice before it disappears. So if you're in a room and you see the crucifix disappear, you might want to run out. We have smudge sticks. Now, smudge sticks can be used with a lighter. You just press F to use the smudge sticks. It will light them like that. You need to have the lighter on you. And this basically cleanses the area. It's usually an objective, which I've got in here. But it's good as well because it can stop the ghost from hunting temporarily if you're near it, or it will calm the ghost down. If the ghost is getting a bit aggravated and the activity's spiking and stuff, and you need to get in and get more evidence, it's a good idea to smudge stick the room that you think he's in, and that will you'll find out the activity will die off a bit and he won't hunt for a bit. I think the spirit gets affected more by smudge sticks than any other one. Candle, you can use your lighter to light a candle somehow. There we go, press F. And that's just a light source. The ghost can blow them out, so I don't really tend to use candles, but yeah, I think they are useful in certain situations. Right, this is salt. This is good for just putting in doorways. If you know the ghost is about, but you're not actually 100% sure where he's travelling, you can put salt in the doorways or like the top of stairs and stuff, and you can see whereabouts the ghost is moving about. Wraiths don't tend to leave footprints. They do sometimes, but they don't, and that is due to the fact that wraiths can fly. But they do not like salt. They have a toxic reaction to salt. Now, what that means, I don't know. I don't know if it calms them down for a bit or if it's going to make them angrier. Who knows? This is a motion sensor. You stick it on the wall. Again, I'll show some footage after going over this so you can see everything in action. But yeah, so you put the motion sensor on the wall, and then on the map, again, I'll show footage of this, where you put the motion sensor, there'll be like a red line. You'll hear a beep in the van if it crosses that, and the red line will go green. Again, that's usually an optional objective you can do. So they're probably, you're not very good for tracking ghosts, but you can definitely find you can definitely use them to get money. Or yeah, that's pretty much all we're using for. This is a sound sensor, useful in big buildings such as this. So you would put the sound sensor somewhere, and where it says sensor 1, 2, 3, 4 here, where you've put the sensor, that will change. For example, if I put that around here somewhere, it would say first floor corridor, or it'll say like classroom or ladies' bathrooms or something like that. And basically, if the ghost's active around there, it will show that the sound with like a red bar for the graph, and so you know that the ghost is in or around that area, and you can then use that to pinpoint. It's mainly used for bigger areas if you're struggling to find the ghost, but they are, you can narrow it down in smaller houses. We do use them sometimes in smaller houses too. Video cameras and tripods. So yeah, video cameras are, I don't know why that's changing that. There we go. Video cameras, right? So you set them away. If you have to have a spare hand for a tripod. You can't pick it up with something in your hand, so you have to make sure you've got nothing in your hand if you want to pick it up. You press G to drop it, and that's on there. Now if you go through, I don't know why that was changing them. So that's the one in the van, but yeah. The video cameras are useful for finding ghost orbs. That's really all the cameras are used for, and that is a piece of evidence you need to identify which ghost it is or narrow it down. They're not really used for anything else because you can't take. If the spirit was walking through there and I took a picture of the monitor, I don't believe it counts. I don't think so. That's a normal torch, but you want to get a strong torch as soon as you can. So just quickly, do you know what? No, I'll just show you a footage of a hunt. I'll just put a footage of a hunt in there. Okay, so here's some quick footage of a hunt. Basically, when your flashlight starts flashing, the ghost will start hunting. And here is one now of Nath dying. So yeah, we were unlucky in this one because the room we were in was where the ghost actually hunts from. And I thought he went out the door, so I tried to shut him out so he'd be safe in, but it turns out he was still in the room somewhere. So yeah, there you go, the flashlight's flashing, there was the ghost. And then, so I shut the door because it looks like he's gone out. And then, yeah, so I'm like, backing off in the corner, I think we're safe. My heartbeat starts going, I realise, shit, he's in the room somewhere. I see Nathan in that corner, so I go over to hide with him, thinking we're safe, and then boom, he's got him. To be fair, I thought it was Ryan that died first, but yeah, it wasn't. So as well, before we get back to the video, this tip applies to Asylum only, I think. If the ghost is hunting and you lock yourself in a room where the door's got a glass panel in, make sure you're out of sight of the glass panel because the ghost can come in the room. While it can't open doors, it can actually come in the room if it sees you through the glass panel and kill you because it has line of sight on you. So yeah, definitely don't do that in the asylum. This is a UV light. Now, a UV light is again for evidence. So if there's a ghost touching doors and light switches, you can find handprints on windows, mirrors, doors, doors, and you can find fingerprints on light switches. The ghosts will like playing with sinks as well, but I'm not 100% sure you can actually find. Well, I'm about 90% sure you can't find fingerprints on the sink. So yeah, but like I say, I'll quickly go over the ghosts after this, and you can see what evidence you need. Finally, is the spirit book. Now the spirit book, you need to find the ghost room for this really, and then you just plonk it down in the room. What I like to do is, let's see if I can get that camera back up. See if it. So what I like to do is, if I'm setting up in a room, is I like to put the book on the floor, and then so you can see it through the camera. So if you're looking for ghost orbs as well, you can also see spirit writing because it will show up on the camera if the ghost writes in it. So that's just useful to use. But yeah, that's one of the other uses for the video cameras. So I think I've pretty much gone over everything there. I'll quickly go over the ghosts. And some of the behaviours. I'm not 100% clued up on the ghosts, but I know like certain behaviours they exhibit. So the spirit's pretty much a general ghost. Now, yesterday, me and my mate Ryan were playing quite a lot of this, and we had a lot of spirits yesterday, and they range massively. So we had passive spirits that would just, just make noises here and there, show itself every now and again. But then we had one that we thought was a demon because it was so aggressive, it was constantly active. But yeah, so it doesn't have a strength, the spirit, but its weakness, if you use a smudge stick on the room, it'll stop it attacking for a long period of time. Again, smudge sticks in the room is probably one of the last objectives you want to do if you're still looking for evidence, because it will calm the ghost. And the activity will still be there, but it just won't be as prominent as it was before. And there's the evidence you need there: spirit box, fingerprints, and ghost writing. So if you get them three, you know it's a spirit. Wraith is what I was on about. Never touch the ground. You can't hear footsteps. Now, it almost never touches the ground. I have heard a wraith that will occasionally use footsteps next year. It's not like set in stone, but I think every time I've had a wraith and we've had salt down, I don't think it's touched the salt. I don't think there's been any footprints in the salt. So that's you can't track it with salt, from what I've gathered. They've got a toxic reaction with it again. I'm not sure what that means, whether it just makes them angry or placates them or something. I'm not 100% sure. And obviously evidence there's fingerprints, freezing temps, and spirit box. Phantom is the ghost that I was on about. If the phantom shows itself to you, it will drop your sanity considerably. And again, low sanity will make the ghost prey on you more. More stuff will happen. It'll enter hunts more often. If you've got 0% sanity and you haven't got sanity pills, you pretty much don't want to be re-entering the location, not by yourself, because the ghost will probably just hunt after hunt after hunt. We had a demon that literally as soon as we had it was in the main room of this house, and we had the spirit box just in the entrance because it was spawning at the bottom of the stairs. As soon as you walk through the front door, there was a corner at the bottom of the stairs. Now as soon as you walk through that door, the door would shut, obviously you'd back out and it would enter hunt, and then as soon as you went back in after the hunt had finished, it would do it again and again and again. And that was down to our sanity being really low, but we really needed a picture of that ghost, which Jake managed to get, so it was all good. But yeah, sorry, I got on a tangent there. So taking a photo of the phantom will make it temporarily disappear. So if you've got a still camera, you flash it, it will disappear. Good if it just shows itself, and you don't want to take as much of a sanity hit. You can just quickly snap a picture of it if you've got the camera out, and it will disappear, and it'll save a bit of your sanity. However, in the hunt, I believe. Now, I've never tried to take a picture of a ghost in a hunt. Well, actually, I think I have, but obviously it was when I first started playing, and I didn't know what I was doing. It will, from what I've gathered from watching other people's videos, it will interrupt the hunt, but literally for maybe 5 seconds max, 5 seconds, 10 seconds at a push, and then it'll resume its hunt. So it'll disappear, but the thing is, when it disappears, it will still be moving towards you, and then the hunt will resume. So as soon as you take that picture, you still want to be just running, because I'm sure someone took a picture of it, and it was down the hallway, and then when it resumed the hunt, it was Bang, right there. Your evidence there is EMF level 5, Ghost Orb, and freezing temps. Poltergeist, one of the most famous ghosts. Everyone knows what a poltergeist is. Likes to throw a lot of stuff. Um, a telltale sign of the poltergeist is multiple sinks being turned on at once, multiple doors being shut, multiple objects. I mean, ghosts can throw multiple objects if they're close together, but a poltergeist will shut multiple doors in the same room. All the sinks will be on. It likes playing with stuff. Not so much lights. It will play with lights, but mostly it's sinks and doors and anything it can get its hands on to throw. If it's in an empty room, you will struggle to identify a poltergeist. And that was just true. My mate Ryan, before I come on yesterday, had a game where it was actually this map. It was in the gym. Now there's nothing that I can see in the gym for it to throw, so it was very inactive. They knew where it was, but they couldn't actually find out what it was, and it was hard because since there was nothing in the room, it was pretty chill because they couldn't throw stuff about. The activity wasn't ramping up, and they were just struggling to find evidence. But yes, that's a telltale sign. A banshee. Now, a banshee is pretty dangerous. If you enter a location together, the banshee will pick out one target for its hunts, from what I've gathered, and it will just continuously hunt that same person. It won't switch targets. It will just keep hunting that same person till it kills them, and then it'll move on to the next target. Banshees fear the crucifix. Now, I think the crucifix in a room of a banshee gets a buff. I think it goes from 3 meters to 5. Again, this isn't 100% set in stone, but from what I've researched, it's apparently it because the weaker to the crucifix, um, it gives it a bigger bubble for them to be unable to hunt. That will also obviously, if you chuck one in the room, though, the activity will subside. There'll still be a little bit, but obviously it won't be as happy with the crucifix near. So evidence: AMF level 5, fingerprints, and freezing temps. Jinn is a territorial ghost. Now, jinns usually stay. They don't roam as much. Now, they'll usually stay in the room, their home room, and maybe a couple of rooms next to it in close proximity. But for the most part, they like their own room. Jinns love playing with electronics, TVs, light switches. You know, they might turn on a sink, but more often than not, it'll be the electronics that they play with. Um, if it's far away, if you're downstairs and it's upstairs, it will travel fast to get to you, to hunt. You do not want a jinn hunting you, but obviously, with it being a territorial ghost, you'll probably be in its room anyway. So yeah, the weakness: if you turn off the location's power source, it can't travel at a faster speed. But yeah, it will tend to turn the switch with the breaker box as well because that's it likes playing with the electrics. So the evidence for that is Spirit Box, Ghost Orb, and AMF level 5. Mare, quite a dangerous ghost in my opinion. We've had mares that these mares roam. They like to be away. They just, if there's darkness anywhere, they will go there. So they just like to move throughout the location, and sometimes it's quite difficult to pinpoint where the mayor's main room is. Um, Ouija boards, again, I'll put some footage in of a Ouija board so you can see, but they're pretty good for finding a mayor, because it'll tell you where its home room is. Turning the lights on around the mayor will lower its chance to attack. While true, it can also flick the lights off, and it will sometimes move out of lit areas to go into dark areas, and you can't have too many lights on in the house because that will trip the breaker box, or the location, sorry, should I say. Spirit Box, Ghost Orb, and freezing temps, but like I say, Mare's probably one of the most dangerous ones I have dealt with. Right, so this is what I was mentioning before, the Ouija board. So basically, you're asking a couple of questions, and it'll tell you the answer. So um, Ryan's just asked where it is, so I'll ask, how old are you? 23. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. But obviously, Ryan's just asked it, where are you? And it said master bedroom, so we're going to head to the master bedroom now. Future Wolf here again. I forgot to mention this. So if you use the Ouija board, your sanity will get tanked. You will lose a lot of sanity, except if it's a demon. So if you've used a Ouija board and your sanity looks at normal levels, there's a good chance you're dealing with a demon, and that's just something to look out for. Revenant is a slow but violent ghost that will attack indiscriminately. Now, Revenant will switch targets during a hunt. I've not seen any other ghost do this. If there's a hunt on, the ghost will usually pick out the nearest person and try and get them, from what I've gathered. The Revenant, however, if it loses line of sight of you, it won't carry on trying to chase you. It will switch to someone it can see. But it will travel faster when it's hunting a victim. However, if you hide, it'll move very slowly. Probably gets a bit confused. The EMF level 5, fingerprints, and ghostwriting are the evidence for the Revenant. I've been killed twice by a Revenant. Not fun. The Revenant. A Revenant started its hunt from its upstairs room. We knew where the home room was, but we were downstairs, just come in the house. And it got from. So there's a house where it's upstairs, then it's got like 2 hallways, and then there's a room all the way at the back. It takes quite a while to get there. And it started its hunting there in literally 5 seconds. It was down the stairs right on us and got us. So yeah. Shades, we had a couple of shades yesterday. They are a shy ghost. Now, if there's multiple people nearby, it won't attack. But again, if there's multiple people nearby, it won't really do much in the way of activity. It will still do stuff. Again, like, this is just general behaviours. Each ghost is different. But there's usually telltale signs of which one it is. So if there's like 3 of you, if you found its home room, there's 3 of you and it's not talking, or there's no ghost orbs, or it's not writing while you're all in the room, you can probably think it's a shade. You can, of course, piss ghosts off by saying the name, and any ghost will react to that if you do it enough. Usually going to a hunt. Demon. Very, very bad. If you get a demon and you start pissing it off, those crucifixes will not last very long, because a demon can just hunt and hunt and hunt, and it will do, like I said before. It will attack more often than any of the ghosts. Again, crucifixes down in the demon's room will not protect you for very long. The other ghosts, usually you've got, well, as long as you're in the house, you've probably got 5 minutes if you're not trying to prod it as much. But the demon will just attack. If it just fancies it, you could walk. If this is a demon in here, I could walk through the front door now. I'm professional, and the demon might just decide, you know what, I'm going to have you. They are very aggressive, very angry. They will actually. You will actually see a lot more activity with a demon, but not as much as an Oni. But a demon tends to be active even when you're not in the house. It's just always there. Its weakness, I mentioned the Ouija board before. If you get a Ouija board, again, I'll put some footage in of the Ouija board. You ask it questions, it'll answer. You can ask it the same questions as you would a spirit box. Where are you? How old are you? Now, where are you? It will tell you that its home room if you ask it where are you. But if you ask a demon successful questions on the Ouija board, it won't lower the user's sanity. So if you come out the house, if you go in the house with 90% sanity, ask a question on the Ouija board, it answers, and then you come out, and your sanity's drops, maybe it's like 3, 4, 5%, it's probably a demon, because any other ghost asking it a question, usually, I think it took about 20% of me yesterday, give or take, asking a normal ghost a question, so it was like, we knew it wasn't a demon. So the evidence for that is the spirit box ghost writing and freezing temperatures. Yuri is a ghost that has returned to the physical world, usually for the purpose of hatred or revenge. Yuris have a stronger effect on people's sanity. Now, that means in general, so you don't have to see a Yuri for it to have an effect on the sanity, but I'm not sure if it goes to the whole location, or if the area around its room is what causes your sanity drain, because we had a Yuri yesterday and it didn't seem like a Yuri, because we got the evidence pretty quick, so we were only going in to get pictures and that, but our sanity hadn't really dropped. We were waiting on the freezing temps, so it was like a Yuri thing, and I didn't think it was a Yuri, and it turned out it was. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. It definitely has a stronger effect overall. You don't have to see it or hear it. It will just drain your sanity being in close proximity to it. But like I say, I don't know if that's location-wide or if it is just in their rooms. Ghost Orb, Ghost Writing, and Freezing Temps for the Yuri. Last but not least, the Oni. Now, the Oni is a cousin to the Demon. Blah, blah, they are extreme strength. Now, an Oni, you'll pretty much straight away find out where an Oni is. As soon as you walk near an Oni, it will loads of activity will happen. So the thing is, Oni and Yuri like to roam as well. Maybe it's not as much as the mare, but I found that Yuris can really just roam. Like at least they'll at least take a full corridor in the school, and they'll just be all over that corridor or that, like, say, that corner bit of that map. Onis are pretty much the same. Like Onis, probably not as much as Mare, but they probably roam quite a bit from the ones I've come across. So you, obviously, as soon as you come across an Oni, that's when the activity will ramp up. Like you could be walking through this hallway past the bathroom, Oni might have just chilled out. His room might be over here somewhere, but he's there, and he'll start doing loads of activity in that room because that's where he is. And then you'll go get your stuff and come back, and the room will be quiet and what have you, because he's either gone for a little wander down this way or he's headed back to his homeroom. But the Oni, you will find an Oni as soon as you find. You'll know whereabouts roughly. At least you can be able to narrow it down to this like area here, and then you'll be able to surely you can basically track it. As the closer you get to it, the more active it gets. Whether that's ringing telephones or shutting doors or whatever. They're kind of like poltergeists. They can move objects at great speed. They do slam doors quite hard. An Oni. To be fair, the Oni's the only one where I've seen a door literally just bang shut. Not like it literally just shut in front of us, and I shit myself. Especially when it was the door on the way out, and I thought it was starting to hunt. It wasn't. It was just shitting us up. But yeah, that's its weakness again. EMF level 5, spirit box and ghost writing. So this tells you how to gather evidence. Basically, your photos go on here. So if you take a picture of a sink, it'll be dirty water. If you take a picture of the ghost. Bone evidence, blah 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 blah. That sort of stuff there. So this is the page. If you knew where it was, you would just if you knew what it was, we'll just say that that is not a ghost. So we'll just say it's a djinn. Obviously, I'm just doing this for the sake of it. So what you would do after you've pretty much figured out what ghost it is, you would put your evidence in. You would see if you'd done your optional objectives, and then you would just click this, and away you go. See, if I got lucky, it might have been a djinn, it might not. Now, if you die, you lose all your stuff. That is the other thing. You don't have to bring stuff back to the van, but again, I'll go over that in a minute when we actually go into the gameplay part of this mission. So it was a Yuri. So I'll see you on the flip side when me and Ryan just I'll quickly explain what we're doing and why in the gameplay. Right, so this is the gameplay. We are doing a professional house. This is the objectives we're going to think. So, need to prevent the ghost from hunting with a crucifix, detect the ghost's presence with a motion sensor, and capturing a photo of the ghost. But first, we want to find the ghost's room. So what I like to do is I like to take the temperature, the parabolic mic, and obviously the strong flashlight. You should always have a flashlight on you, in my personal opinion. To turn your flashlight on, when you've got an item out, press T, so you don't have to have your flashlight actually out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk in with a parabolic mic, and I've got a steady 1.5. Now we can hear creaks. It's not necessarily anything because the houses do creak. That could have been a footstep on these stairs. I've got a 3 on the parabolic, which means there was something happened nearby. I see the stairs. I always think that's the basement in this house, but it's not. So we've got a 1.5 everywhere. So what Ryan's doing now is he puts salt downstairs. Oh. Was that your phone or was that in game?
Well, I didn't hear a phone.
I just heard vibration. Something vibrated.
It wasn't me. I know I jumped the glow stick, so it might have been that, but yeah, it wasn't me.
Well, go and have a look. So it's 3. So it's set off. I'm not 100% sure what ghost it could be, but I have a feeling it might be this room. Because there is a smartphone. Now I can't tell if that was a 10 degrees hit. It's just thrown something out in the hallway. Yeah, it's upstairs somewhere, Ryan. I can hear lots of movement. So yeah, that was something getting thrown about. Which might give us an indication as to what ghost it might be. Not 100%, of course. But like the Oni gets quite loud. The djinn, if you're near its room, will start getting a bit pissed off. Now I heard a lot of movement. Oh, I just got a 9.7 on the temp. Oh, I just got an 8 on the parabolic, so I think it's this hallway.
I went nothing EMF.
9.7 again. Oh. It could very well be this hallway. See, I got a 10 in that.
Are looking fine.
Yeah, I got a 10 in that room, the back here. But I got a 9.7 there when you were coming on. 9.3, 8.4,
yeah.
8.7. Yeah. So we're gonna go out on a limb and think that the ghost is actually in this room. So now, oh wait, what am I doing? Right. So basically, we just chuck, because I don't need that anymore. I've got a 6 with the parabolic. Instead of taking it back to the van, you might as well just chuck it in the room that you think it's in. Sod. I did just hear a footstep there, which might have been downstairs, but it's quite hard to differentiate sounds that are on your level and above you in these small places. So there's the activity. It's kicking off a little bit. Now our sanity has took a quite a big hit, which again could mean it's potentially a Yuri because we weren't in there for that long. But yeah, so the second stage of my investigation, what I like to do is take a video camera and a crucifix, and the reason I take the crucifix is to stop it from happening. So Ryan's got 2 video cameras. No bother, I'll get another one. I'll place one in the hall, just in case it's not that room. So yeah, we had a bit of activity in that hallway. Now, what I'm going to do is just flick this light switch on. I'm not going to flick the light switch on.
Oh my, there's a singing ghost, man!
What?
A singing ghost child.
Oh, you're joking.
Oh my days.
Was it in that room?
Yes, it stood on the bed singing to us again, man.
So we're going to drop that crucifix in because defense. You need to get the defense down while you're gathering the evidence. So we'll keep that one crucifix down there, and we'll keep the other one just in case we don't get the evidence in time and the crucifix goes up. Ryan's taking a motion sensor in because that is one of the optional objectives. So we will go and stick it in that room that we know it's in, close to the floor 'cause it's a child ghost, and then yeah, that should do it. Now I'm going to quickly check the cameras that I've placed, or that Rye's placed, and we're just going to have a quick check for ghost orbs. He's got one on the bedroom and one on the cabinet. I've got one on the doorway. So we're just going to have a quick check for some orbs. Yep, we've seen a ghost orb. Got a ghost orb there, mate. Got a ghost orb. So the ghost orb was over there, if you've seen it or not.
Susan can fuck off, man.
So we'll stick that in there. And that's going to leave us a Phantom, Poltergeist, Jinn, Mare, Shade, or Yuri. Now, Ryan's probably popped some pills, but I'm going to lean towards Yuri for the fact that our sanity is taking massive hits even though we're not in the house for that long periods of time.
I didn't pop pills this far.
Wait, what? You were on like
Mate,
7... Your sanity's gone
Yeah,
up?
I was about to say that.
God knows. Maybe I'm taking the hit for you seeing the friggin' ghost again, man.
No, I've walked in that room twice there, like back and forward, in now.
Yeah.
It showed itself twice every time I went in.
Oh, nice. 2 seconds, and I want to take the book. I've got a book and the fingerprints. If you want to.
I'll have a book.
Oh, okay. I'll take the EMF instead then. So we know which room it's in. We're gonna go up and try and find out. Hang on, doing it a smudge stick, no motion sensor. Capture a photo of the ghost. You got a space or anything or not?
No, I've got motion since a book.
Right, okay.
It just books us every time I go in the room.
Right. Did it say alone or not? On this?
Everyone, I'm pretty sure.
Ah, everyone. So it might show itself to both of us here. And sing to us. So that's an update that's just happened because the ghost never used to sing before. And I'm not going to lie, I got a shock there when I walked up them stairs. That camera was there. Completely forgot that was. Right, I got a 3 EMF. 4. 4. Right, so I'm going to... Oh, shit.
There's a cup and a laptop.
Oh, you fuck bitch!
Yep. She's an active one.
I'll go with a spirit box in UV.
Got fingerprints, right?
Alright.
Oh, God. Fucking damn it. Shit a brick.
It's
So...
poltergeist.
So
only
fingerprints. Ah, so it's wow. Okay, so we've already got it. What was the last thing we needed? Potentially
Spirit box.
spirit box. So I just want to show people like what it is. Right, it's just hit the motion sensor. That's what that beep was. Hang on, I'll show you. So that motion sensor's green in that room. It's now red. So if we hear the beep, it's triggered the motion sensor again. Right, preventing the goat from hunting with a crucifix. I'm going to take this in. I'm going to. Oh, wait. Do you want to take the still camera? Because obviously I've got the torch. What else do we need? And photo of the ghost here. Yeah. Right. So, well, we know it's a poltergeist, so we don't need anything else. So I'm going to just, yeah, I'll take a crucifix in just in case. Just in case. You never know. I say it's a poltergeist. It's pretty. Honestly, I freaking jumped there when it breathed in my ear, man. Like, fuck.
I heard it as well, man.
So yeah, she's very active. I try and get a photo of her as well. So Rye's got the spirit box on. You ready? I've got it's on the doorway. The fingerprints. So it's just said attack without us asking a question. What was her name again?
Susan.
So we want to try and get a picture of her. So Susan, show yourself. Oh, that's not very nice. What do you mean, die? Come on, show yourself. Come sing. Ryan says you were singing to him, man. Show yourself. Give us a sign. I know you're a kid. I know you're here. Show yourself, man. Do you know what? Are you coming out? I'm gonna get a camera.
Alright.
We'll go get a cam. I'll get a camera as well, just in case. She's throwing more shit in that room. She's really not happy.
That's a guess that's what I'll do, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna go and I'll get another camera and we'll try and get a picture of her for the optional objective. Honestly, I'd jump out my skin, man. She still hasn't tried to hunt, so we probably just want to start saying her name over and over again.
Yep.
What's the sanity like? 52. Yeah.
So you don't rely on the crucifixes.
Yeah. There's 2 in there now. She's just on the motion sensor. She does not look happy. Now, I've got footage from a hunt from a previous thing, so I'll show you that footage of being hunted as well, so we can... Sandra! We're turning the light off. Oh, Susan. Sandra, Susan. Were you on the bed? Got to turn that off so it's one less thing for her to trigger. Susan! Susan! Susan, 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 Susan! Susan! You're here. You're triggering the motion sensor, man. Show yourself. Susan. Susan! Right, you try saying her name.
Susan? Hello? Susan? Susan? Susan?
Show yourself, Susan.
Susan? Anyway, sweet, she's there.
Susan.
Susan? Hello?
Susan. Show yourself, Susan. You've shown yourself to Ryan twice, man.
Susan?
I know you can touch stuff and open stuff and what have you, but just show yourself. Oh, you threw the smartphone. That costs a fortune, Susan. You are grounded in this room forever.
Just threw the laptop as well, man.
Fuming. She's having a right little tantrum. Little
Susan?
bitch. You scared? Are you scared?
Oh.
No. Well, she's a bit stubborn, I think. I don't think she's going to show herself. She's just throwing stuff. Susan. Yeah, I think we just call it, man. I don't think she's showing herself today, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we didn't get a ghost to show itself, so we can't do that. But we did get a picture of the evidence, so that'll get us some extra money. Yeah, I don't think Poltergeist. Well, actually, I was saying that like she's shown you twice. I wonder if she's even tried to hunt because both the crucifixes were still on the floor as well. So I'm not too sure she's even tried. Oh, she has.
Yeah, that's tried.
She has tried to hunt, but she couldn't. See, look at the sanity though for a poltergeist. I mean, that to me screamed Yuri, right?
I mean, May Santi went up, remember though?
Aye, true. Right, so we've got the poltergeist, we've got the ghost it is, and job well done. Thank you very much. If you've got it this far, thanks for watching this comprehensive guide on Phasmaphobia, and I hope it turns you all into elite level ghost hunters. Up above me now is my Twitter, my Twitch, and YouTube. Twitch, I'll be taking a bit of a break from unless I get a few followers who want to see Phasmaphobia, want to see me play in game. Just because my baby is due and I don't think I'm going to have the time. I might have the time, I might be lucky, might sleep well, but we'll just have to wait on that front. But yeah, so coming up, I will do a top 5 tips video, just a quick summary and quickly help you get into the game and what you should and shouldn't be doing. And then I'm also going to upload a couple of gameplays from me and Ryan and sometimes a couple of other people playing. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Follow, subscribe if you enjoy it, and follow us on Twitch if you want to see me live on Phasmophobia. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.